and gentlemen, welcome. This is Christina Lake, and this is Christina Lake Venture Capital. And if you look out there, you'll see how special Christina Lake is and the exact reason why Christina Lake is looking at venture capital. So before I get too technical and turn it over to Gordon to introduce our speakers and what's going to happen for the day and tonight, there's two people I want to thank. And I'm going to tell you just very shortly how this came about. I am involved with the Rural BC project. In fact, I chair that steering committee. And CIBAC, and you'll see CIBAC on there, started talking about what should we do for rural BC that would really make a difference. And we decided that we needed to think about a rural project, a rural strategy. So during that process, that initial first process, we looked at venture capital. And a whole group of us said, yes, that's exactly one of the things that we need to really get serious about looking at. So when Christina Lake hired a community planner, she turned out to be Sandy Mark. So Sandy and I spent a couple hours together after she was hired, and I said, one of the things I want to look at that was identified in the Rural BC project is venture capital. Sandy says, I know something about that. And I went, yes. From then on, she hasn't quit working. That's a year's worth of work on venture capital at Christina Lake. Her helper is Kevin Gates. He's back there. And he's one of Sandy's trainees. And I'm telling you what, we are so fortunate at Christina Lake. So first of all, could you give a big round of applause for Sandy? So the next thing we did was form a committee, a venture capital committee, and please, could I ask the committee members to stand up so we can actually recognize you and say thank you to Venture Capital Committee. Levez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Perfect. So these are all really hard-working volunteers at Christina Lake, and you know, how is a community any good without really good volunteers? So then my next thank you is to Gord Borgstrom, CIBAC, for buying into the whole thing and saying, yeah, you got it right. We actually really need to look at this. The United Church, and we've got representation from the United Church, if you wouldn't mind standing up, provided $25,000 for this community to get serious. And so we have gotten serious, as you can tell, thus you're all here. So this is an education process, and Gord Borgstrom is going to lead you through the rest of today, and I'll talk probably with you a little bit more tonight, and you'll hear from Sandy Mark tonight as well. So just a matter of housekeeping, please, in front of you, you do have a survey. We really want that information. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you very, very much for being a part of this. And as we go through it, you will know exactly why we're doing this and how successful communities can be writing their own ticket, making their own decisions, and not waiting for government to do it for them. So thank you for being here. Gordon?